Hi, it's Davy Mooney coming to you from the University of North Texas, where I run the jazz guitar program. Benedetto artist, Sunnyside Records artist, got the new CD, Way Back. Got 2 books from Mel Bay, Personalizing Jazz Vocabulary and Into the Labyrinth, An Anatomy of Position Playing for Jazz Guitar. Got my other Sunnyside records. And yeah, it's early August here in Denton, Texas. Man, it's hot out there. It's over 100. It's not even like 100, 106, 107 every day. Very hot. I just got back from Mexico City, where it's so beautiful. It's like paradise with that high elevation, wearing sweaters in the morning. Oh my gosh. And I was in South America, where it's, of course, winter. And man, take me back, y'all. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about, I've done a couple videos on songs from the new record, and I'm going to do a couple more before I go back to more standard repertoire. Just to talk about what's going on. This is advanced improvisational concepts, and there's a lot of advanced improvisational stuff going on the new record. So I want to talk about the tune Checkup today. And it's the last tune on the record. It's a very pretty rhythmically, it's like a bossa nova, and form-wise, it's just a 32 bar. I guess you could call it AABA, although the A's are all slightly different. I tend to not really repeat A's exactly when I write these types of tunes, kind of like doom scroll. And it's another one that I'll bring on gigs that's fairly readable. And when we did one of our faculty concerts at the summer camp here at UNC, I brought doom scroll, or not doom scroll, what's it called? Checkup. I brought Doom Scroll last year because I knew it was readable, but the chords are really kind of nasty, y'all, and I have to shed the song. I was, doing the takes of my performance of this song the other day, just like, man. It's funny, some of my tunes, like Doom Scroll, for instance, it sort of sounds like there are more chords than there are, and then because I'm using inversions and things like that. And then there's others where there really are a lot of chords, and this is one of them. And so it's in the key of F, more or less. I guess it ends on C, but then it goes back to F. Maybe it's in C, I'm not sure. It moves around a lot. But the reason it's called Checkup, and the whole sort of inspiration and impetus for this song was, if you all know the famous Billy Strayhorn tune, Upper Manhattan Medical Group. And I can't remember if I've done a video on that. If not, I really should. I think I did. If you know the bridge of that song, it goes like G minor 7 flat 5 to C7 to F major. And then he goes to A flat minor 7 flat 5, D flat, G flat minor, D flat 7, G flat minor, A flat 7. And I was always fascinated, like teaching that song to people and improvising on it, how best to make a F major go to A flat minor 7 flat 5. He likes that chord. I think he uses that same chord in Flowers of Love Something, specifically like an A flat minor 7 flat 5. And so the whole Checkup tune is just kind of playing around with that idea of making an F major go to A flat minor 7 flat 5 and then to G flat different ways. So it starts off like this. I found that one of the smoothest ways to make that transition is with what I've called in Personalizing Jazz Vocabulary negative guide tones, meaning just common tones. So what is there in common between F major and A flat minor 7 flat 5? And it's one note is the note D. So the melody of Checkup and the chords, it goes F6, A flat minor 7 flat 5, D flat 7, sharp 9, G flat major, and then immediately it becomes G flat minor major 7, then D flat 2 over F, or F minor 7 flat 6, E major 7, B over D sharp, D major 7, B minor, E7. That's the first A section. So the first A. So that's a lot of chords right there, and And I probably could have done the same A again, and it would have been fine, but I had to change it a little bit. Really just to play with the colors, right? It's such a rich, when you have such chromatic harmony, I really see it as, I don't see specific colors for sounds or whatever, but I definitely feel a density of color and kind of like that Kurt Rosenwinkel tune, Use of Light. Like the light. This song is very dark and dim, kind of like my song Dim. So the second A, we've just had this E7, and instead of going back to F major, I go to F minor 6, A flat minor 7, flat 5, D flat 7 sharp 9, G flat major again, then this time it goes to a G flat dominant, and then F7, flat 13, E major again, B over D sharp, D major, B minor, G minor 7 flat 5, C7 sharp 9, and then the bridge starts on D7 sharp 9. So that's pretty dense. I'll do the second A. So F minor 6, and I remember when I was writing this tune and trying to decide whether to put it on the album, I had one revision that I think really made the song. Initially, going into the bridge, it was G minor 7 flat 5, C7, D flat major. And I don't know, like I couldn't, that was the change, and I didn't like the song. And at some point, again, that like wasn't enough color or enough like dimness or darkness. So I turned it into. So first two A's. Flat minor 6, G flat 7, B7 sus, D minor 7 flat 5, G7, C major 7, C dominant 7, B7 augmented flat 13, B flat 13, A flat major 7, D flat over G. So a lot of, so like I said, I felt bad. I was giving people this tune to read, you know, on sound check and then read on the gig. And the chords are pretty nasty to get, and they're all very chromatic, so if you don't find the common tones or really keep on top of the changes, you're going to end up on a note that's really, really funky. And then the last A, back to F major 7, so from this chord, from a D flat over G, back to F6, and this time G flat minor. It's been major every time. Last bit, we get to the D major 7, D major 6 that we've been to several times, and then it goes down to D flat 7 to C major 7, and then an F sharp 7. That's kind of like my one note samba reference. I forget what part of one note samba does that, but a little Jobim reference. And also, like at the going into the bridge, I didn't actually do that on the record, but I've been doing it now since we've been playing this tune on gigs. And it's a little reference to, if you guys know that song, Olha Maria, which is really one of my favorite tunes in the whole like Brazilian popular music repertoire. It's on Chico Buarque's record, Construção, Tom Jobim tune with Chico lyrics, and that song is like devastating. And talk about harmony and moving lines and crazy stuff. But that's the tune. And man, it's a lot of chords. And it always changes slightly, so I'm always like, if I don't practice it regular, I forget which chord is coming. So, you know, just to kind of show you how I might play on it, and I'll play on it in a second with a backing track. But, you know, F6. That's what changed right there. Going into the bridge, trying to make G minor 7 flat 5, C7 sharp 9, go to D7 sharp 9. It's really tricky, and I found somehow like those chords don't really go to one another in any kind of functional way that I can think of off the top of my head. It's just kind of chromatic harmony, maybe like a little deceptive progression. But I found that if I could make it resolve to A flat, almost like it's a minor 2-5 to F minor, that's a nice resolution. So I could go, that's like the money note somehow to resolve, or maybe even to F or A flat, and then and sometimes, you know, there's these moving lines that really change the character of the harmony, right? Whether it's G flat major 7 going to G flat minor major 7, or G flat major 7 going to G flat dominant 7, and then the second time that chord is this instead of this. Sometimes it's I like to observe those little subtle differences, and other times I kind of try to not observe them, just let them go by and just pick some notes that don't have to change. And yeah, it's a struggle, this tune. But, you know, like Strayhorn, he's got that chromatic harmony too. Chico Buarque and Tom Jobim, the tunes they write get pretty dense. Chico in particular, I have there was a tune I did on Hope of Home back years ago. It had some of that real chromatic harmony and just everything. Cold, Cold, Sober. I don't even remember the song. But I was kind of trying to pay tribute to that Chico Jobim thing. So anyway, that's the tune. It's the last track on the record. You can hear Felipe play a beautiful piano solo. John Ellis plays on it. And yeah, pick up the new record, y'all. You can get a hard copy at through Sunnyside Records, through Bandcamp, Sunnyside Records, and it's streaming, so you can stream it. And yeah, I got some more gigs coming up in the fall. I don't have any big trips planned, but I'm going to do some local stuff, and we'll see where the future takes us. All right, everybody, stay cool. Hope you enjoy a few courses of Checkup.